So here is a 6-camera Wi-Fi system. These cameras are actually two-way wireless cameras that run on 12-volt DC power. So that's why I have them plugged into power there. They're Wi-Fi cameras. They have dual antennas. The whole product description online shows you what they look like and all the specs. But here's a video to show you how they perform and how they're set up. So all you do is you just power them and they connect using Wi-Fi to the NVR. Here's the NVR sitting here, and we're just doing a test before we ship them out to make sure everything's good, apply the latest firmware and all that. It has 2 antennas on the back, a wired network port on the back, HDMI, USB for mouse. HDMI goes to the monitor, of course, and then a power connection, 12-volt DC, that goes to power. Now, this is actually a standalone system. Even though this uses Wi-Fi, if I were to disconnect this network cable going to my internet, this system will still work. And I'll show that to you. I'm going to start it off with the internet connection disconnected. So all I've got is power going to the NVR, Wi-Fi antenna talking to the camera's powered on, USB for mouse, HDMI for monitor. So now I just hit the power button, my monitor turning on over there, and now the camera's turning on. There's clicking happening, red lights on the cameras now. So what they're doing is they're all booting up and they're wirelessly going to pair to the NVR. So while this boots up, let me talk a little bit about this. A lot of customers are looking for a wireless camera. The ones that run on batteries are actually not good quality cameras because you actually need hardwired power to send video constantly back to the NVR. While you could solar power a camera, to power a camera reliably with solar so it keeps on functioning all the time would require really large solar panels. So if you have a home and you don't want to run wires and put up a PoE camera system, you could use these Wi-Fi cameras. And you could run the power supply. This comes with these small power adapters with 10-foot length of cable on it. You can extend that as well. Now the cameras themselves. So now they're connecting. As you can see, the lights turn green on them. So I've got 6 cameras, all have green lights. That means they just paired by Wi-Fi. And here we go, they just turned on. And these are 4-megapixel cameras. They have 2-way audio. I'll show in a bit how you can talk through the app and talk through the cameras to someone standing there and hear audio as well. So all the cameras have 2-way audio on them. You can talk to someone at the camera. They have infrared night vision so you can see in complete darkness. And while there is a theoretical 300 feet maximum distance of operation in an open field without any obstructions, it all depends on the obstructions you've got in between the NVR and the camera's antennas, and also the elevation. So you certainly don't want to put the NVR in a basement or on a first floor and the cameras on a second floor, etc. They should be on the same floor to get the best signal. The cameras give you continuous video and audio. So here I'm waving my hand in front of this camera, and it's pretty good. It's almost instantaneous, depending on how far the camera is and how many cameras you have. There's about a 1-second delay. And let's show you, again, no internet connected. So a lot of people equate Wi-Fi with internet. There's no internet happening right now. So the only thing that was connected with a wire back to my network was this, and I've disconnected it. I'm going to connect it now, and I'll show you how the phone app works. Now, this is a standalone system, so if you have an HDMI monitor, you can listen to the cameras. You can hear that microphone. Okay, so audio is pretty decent. It's about 25 feet of audio pickup. So what I just showed you was one-way audio where I'm listening in on the microphone built in the camera by enabling this feature called Audio Talk. I can also disable it Now, since my monitor doesn't have a microphone built into it, there's no way for me to talk through the monitor back into the camera. I can only listen in. But the great thing with the phone app is if you then connect the system to your internet connection and you're getting all connectivity and all that, you can connect to it through the cloud. And it's pretty easy. I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to open up my phone, go to the app, and I'm going to add a device. And it says scan QR code. Now there's going to be a QR code on the top of the unit. I'm going to scan that in, hit next, select that this is an NVR, name it, put in the password, save, and that's it. It just connects right there. And I can see what's on the monitor too. So this NVR is built for 8 cameras in total, 6 Wi-Fi, 2 wired. So if you had a setup like mine where you had a wired network, a PoE switch, you could add PoE cameras to this. So you can make a hybrid system where you can have some cameras be wired PoE and some wireless. And even with wired PoE, you don't need internet. You could do it over the network. So without needing any sort of outside internet access. Now let me show you what the phone app can do. I can view one camera in full view. So the app also lets you actually do two-way talk. If you have a camera that has audio enabled on it, you can actually do listen in. So this is one-way audio in. You can turn that off. And you can also do two-way talk by clicking on the microphone icon on the app and talk with channel. Now I'm going to talk through here. Hello, hello. You can hear me pretty loud and clear through that camera. And I'm going to go up to the camera and snap my fingers at it. So I'm just going to step away from it a little bit. So now I'm standing about 10 feet away from the camera. And I'm talking through literally my phone here. And you can hear my voice being projected through the camera. It has a really loud speaker. And these cameras are great if you want to tell people to get off your property. Let me turn this off. Can actually take a look at the speaker on the bottom. So when you mount these cameras, it's crucial that you're mounting the cameras this way so water doesn't get into the speaker. Over time, if water gets in there, it'll destroy that speaker. Just be careful with that. So now I showed you the two-way audio. Let me show you how the infrared works on the cameras. I'm just going to turn the lights off. And if you watch the screen here, what happens is the cameras automatically switch from daylight to nighttime mode. So what happens is the infrared on the cameras turns on. That's why you see this red light. And when the lights come back on, the IR turns off. Let me turn the lights back on. These cameras have about 100 feet of night vision, so you can see in pitch darkness. So the last thing I'm going to do is now wrap up this video by putting one of the cameras at the end of our warehouse. So it's about 70 feet down there. I'm going to put one camera down there, and I'm just going to have it reconnect to the NVR. So I put one of the cameras here behind lots of products we got lined up, going all the way back to our testing table, which is 70 feet away over there. Okay. So now my camera has a green light here. It's telling me that it's connected by Wi-Fi. So I have my colleague over there pull up the camera through the NVR on the phone app, like I showed you before. Now, why don't you go ahead and say something?
All right, I just turned on the two-way talk function.
Can you hear me loud and clear?
I can hear you loud and clear.
All right, let me walk back over and let me show you how it looks like on the phone app. So this is quite a bit away. So as you can see, there's a lot of material here that could be sources of interference, but it's not. And here's the phone app. That's what he was using to talk to me. And I'm just gonna have him trade places with me. So we're trying to show you the best possible use case for this. You can actually hear me. I can hear myself, my voice being projected through the phone over there. Can you just do a jumping jack for me to show him how, oh, there you go. The video is pretty much instantaneous, even though we have so many obstructions. It comes through Wi-Fi. And the amazing thing is, if you didn't need any of this phone connectivity or internet connectivity, this could be a standalone system. So that's why these Avalonix Premium Series Wi-Fi camera systems are top-notch. They're professional systems. As long as you provide power to the cameras, you can have amazing two-way audio and then video connectivity with them. So this is a professional Wi-Fi surveillance system. Hopefully you found this video informative. Please do subscribe.
If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.